little bit bigger than Sarge.
Let's deliver this tree to the family. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you, my man?
All right, come on in.
All right. How are you guys? Good light? Yeah. You like that? Huh? Isn't that nice?
Law enforcement facing a difficult time in America at the moment, called out for doing their job in many cases and facing criticism from those who have never known what it's like to face down those who wish to do them and the general public harm. We believe it's time to step back and show another side of those who protect and serve every day. So let us welcome to the MidPoint Studios from the Boynton Beach, Florida Police Department, Officer Barry Ward, Officer Terrence Paramore, and the gentleman to my right. You are the late addition, which was not on the list, and you are?
Lieutenant Paul Deale.
Lieutenant Paul Deale. Gentlemen, I want to thank all three of you for being here today. Who's going to start off by telling us the story of what we just saw? Oh, give it to one of the guys over here. Oh, look at the first. Everybody looks at the lieutenant.
I know, it was with the boss first.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, we had a 911 call, a hang-up call on Saturday. And when we arrived at the location, we discovered that it was not a 911 hang-up call, it was an accidental call by a 2-year-old. And as Officer Paramore, and I were in the apartment, we saw that they had very little. And there was no sign of a Christmas spirit there. And one of the little girls was really sad, and she came up to us and she said that she wasn't going to have a Christmas this year. And the family had no money, and we looked at each other. We gave each other that look, as we always do when we go on calls, and we knew something had to be done. And when we left, we regrouped out in the parking lot, and Officer Paramore got his notebook out, took down the information for the woman, her phone number, and we knew the next day we were going to go back there and do what we do best.
Okay, now
Serve.
pick this up here. We only got about two and a half minutes. I want to make sure we get it all. And Officer Paramore, tell us quickly then what you did the next day.
The next day, I phoned Officer Ward. I called up my sergeant. We put together one tree and items, to decorate the tree. And responded to the residents. And as you can see, when they opened the door, the little girl was, the look on her face was priceless.
You did this out of your pocket?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nobody else?
No.
And, I know dealing with law enforcement over the years, you guys don't get paid a tremendous amount of money. It's, you have families of your own, I would guess.
Correct.
So digging into your own pocket for something like that is a tremendous thing that you just did for the families. Lieutenant, these are the kind of officers that need to be noted on a daily basis because they did something, as I said, to protect and to serve. This is serving the community needs.
Exactly, because just to prove that wasn't something that was scripted from the department. Normally when we do some type of activity, it has to get approval from the watch commander, which would be me. They didn't tell me anything about it. I found out just as most of the public did while I saw the video on Facebook as well as YouTube, and I'm like, hey, those are my guys. They surprised me. And
Why did you not check with the boss?
How are you, my man? Well, it was something that it was out of our heart, and when we did this, it was just something that we did that we knew it had to be done. He couldn't sleep that night. I couldn't sleep that night, and we're at Home Depot in uniform buying the trees, and people are looking at us like,
Just throwing things.
look at these guys in uniform shopping, but we didn't say anything.
Do you have kids of your own?
I have a 3-year-old daughter, and she's everything to me.
And you? You have
I have
kids?
a 1-year-old daughter.
3 and a 1, and you?
And 8 and 10-year-old girls.
See, look at this, but it's all about the holiday season. It's doing something special. I take it that they will not be facing any disciplinary.
Not, no, not at this point.
We're not checking.
No. I was just pleasantly surprised as everybody else was. And like I said, normally if it was something scripted like an operation, it would have been something they would have approval
Here's
for.
a tweet that people put out with all the bad press against law enforcement. Just wanted to say thanks for protecting us. Officers, I wish we had more time to spend, but we wanted to make sure that this went global, and we noted you because I have said this many times before. I am a fan of law enforcement. I have family who's been involved in it. I think what you guys do by putting your life on the line every single day is to be commended. There are good cops out there, and it's about time we mentioned them and we showed them. So we thank you all for what you did, and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Merry
too.
Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas
See
to
that?
everybody.
See that? Good cops doing the good job. That's what it's really all about. Thank you again. Last break, we're back with a special news call remembering a day when a true man of peace was taken from the world, but his voice was never silenced. I am the safest man in the world, and I'm back right here on MidPoint.